Hi, it's me, Tina Z, your favorite gender non-conforming ukulelist and vocalist. I'm so happy you're here. Did you see this cool top? This is fabulous. It is monarch butterfly motif. Is that the right word? I hope that's the right word. It's got sparklies. Sparklies. Can you see the sparklies? Ooh. Yay! Sparklies. Bell sleeves. Chiffon bell sleeve. I mean, what's not to love? Tina Z, could you tell the people what you're playing today? Thank you. I will, and I will be modest about it. I'm playing an original song today, and it is perhaps the weirdest original song I've ever written. Perhaps. One of, for sure. It's called Improper Thoughts. Now, before you get stuck in a gutter, no, it's not those type of improper thoughts. It's about thinking the wrong, an inappropriate thing based on the circumstances. How did this song come about? Well, this is a very long story, so what you should do is sit down and brew yourself a cup of tea, because this might take a while. Okay, so how did I write this song? Improper Thoughts. Many years ago, 2015, 2016-ish, I began to notice a phenomenon? Phenomenon? Is that singular? About people. Well, that's specific. I'm trying not to be specific because it's political in nature. But anyway, you can think about what was happening around that time and politically speaking what was happening. So I noticed that some friends and family of mine, they would disconnect really from, reality. And it was difficult, and I was trying to figure out what was happening. And so I started, one of my degrees is in sociology. And so I kind of sort of have that background about why people behave in patterns or you know, why they do what they do. Sociology, though, is that in large groups, not individuals. And so this was a different thing. This is kind of psychology, which led into social psychology, which led into neuroscience. That I kind of fell down a rabbit hole, a really nerdy rabbit hole. Anyway, one of my newest books that I'm reading is called Touching a Nerve. It's a neuroscience philosophy book. Yay! There are three things that, three of my hobbies are pretty tops, ukuleles, and neuroscience psychology books. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm reading this book by Patricia Churchland, who is a brilliant neuroscience researcher. Anyway, in her book, she was talking about behaviors and how we are on the cusp of starting to understand how much of our behaviors are actually predetermined is the wrong word, but based on the patterns of signals in your lump of gelatin, this brain of ours. And research keeps leading us down the path that a lot of our decision making is not as independent as we might think. Anywho, in her book, she was telling the story of someone in her hometown. It was a tragic story of a mother who committed suicide on Easter, and that struck me, and I don't know why, but I jotted down a couple lines about that, and I gave her a name. I named her Mrs. Beasler. I don't know. I don't think in the book that Miss Churchland names her. If she's Dr. Churchland, I apologize. But anyway, so I'm reading the book, and I read that little part about that suicide, and I wrote this first stanza to a poem, I guess. And it goes, I read in a book the tragic tale of Mrs. Beasler, who died by suicide the morning of Easter, while her husband and sons praised his resurrection. She departed in haste. She went the other direction. I have since changed departed to hightailed it. I changed that because hightailed is more whimsical. So I wrote the first stanza for this song. Oh, I'm sorry, this is beginning to be a very long story. Anyway, so I wrote that first stanza, and then I was thinking to myself, Tina Z, where are you going with this? This is depressing as hell. You don't really do a lot of depressing songs. And so my brain shifted it. And then, and so okay, so I'll put the words up and then you'll see how it shifts. It shifts in really weird directions. Well, the song's called Improper Thoughts. You'll figure that out. Anyway, later on I was thinking about my own decision-making process, neuroscience-y, in a neuroscience-y way, and I'm wondering, why did the patterns in my brain, if patterns in your brain lead your thoughts and decisions like we think they might, what was happening in mine that I decided not to continue down the path of tragedy or moroseness. I don't know if that's a word. I fear answering that question. I fear it, but it was a very strong urge to 180 that sucker. And so I did. It goes from tragedy to comedy very, very quickly. And so, here it is. And there's my backstory. But here it is. Brand new song. Just wrote yesterday. Called Improper Thoughts. I hope you like it. Here it is. 3, 4. Who died by suicide the morning of Easter, while her husband and sons praised his resurrection. She hightailed it in haste, went the other direction. Oh no. I wolfed down a bowl filled with poison for rats, departing this realm, trading this world for that. Awful as it was, my mind is wanting to beg. She ball up that poison in the shape of an egg. I have improper thoughts and inopportune times. I titter at funerals, I can't stop my mind. I have improper thoughts and inopportune times. True to my heart, I giggle at a fart. Improper thoughts. Improper thoughts, yeah. My thoughts charging like a bull, all snorts and sharp horns. I stifle my laughter when I should be forlorn, and now I'm thinking of those balls. It's always so wrong. My improper thoughts led to balls in my song. Oh no. And while my mind's on the topic of swinging testicles, I wonder why they say being tough takes balls. Any guy will tell you, getting whacked in the sack, you're down for the count, you might never come back. I have improper thoughts and inopportune times. I titter at funerals, I can't stop my mind. I have improper thoughts and inopportune times. True to my heart, I giggle at a fart. Improper thoughts. Improper thoughts, yeah. My mind is utterly twisted, but you won't hear me moan. The fun of improper thoughts, I'm never alone. Back to the wretched suicide of Mrs. Beasler. If she'd balled up that poison in 2 eggs, it might have pleased her. She'd probably titter at the thought of who'd have the gall to end her life gargling on balls. I have improper thoughts and inopportune times. I titter at funerals, I can't stop my mind. I That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye.